Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video, I want to talk about what John Keim said on his podcast, saying that JJ McCarthy is very much in the mix at number 2 for the Washington Commanders, and he might even be over Drake May for them. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and that notification bell as well, so you never miss a video. We're a few days away from the draft, so you gotta stay tuned for any breaking news updates. All right, so let's get right into it, and if it was anyone else, I probably wouldn't have made this video, but since John Keim is saying it and he's a very good source, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Maybe if Adam Schefter said it, I would talk about it as well. But John Keim said that JJ McCarthy is very much in the mix at number 2 for the Washington Commanders. Said this on his most recent podcast. I'll try to link it in the description. It's also on the YouTube. It's on YouTube on Empire Media, where he did a little intro and then he talked to an ESPN guy who had a list of, who ranks a bunch of prospects, does a really good job, or, good job with that and very extensive in his research. But yeah, he talked about that, said that JJ McCarthy is very much in the mix at 2. A lot of people are thinking it's just Drake and just Jaden, but he said JJ McCarthy is in the mix as well. I guess I'll somewhat believe it because it is Keim and he is one of the most plugged in guys here, probably the most plugged in guy in Washington. But still, I don't think JJ McCarthy is going to be the pick. And he even said on the Kevin Sheehan show, and I'll play it in a second, that if he had to rank the order of guys, of the chance that someone gets drafted for the Commanders, like the highest to lowest chance, he said Jaden first, and then probably JJ, and then Drake, which is very, very interesting to me. I would probably think it's I would have thought it was Jaden and Drake very close, and then JJ McCarthy at 3rd. But hey, if it seems like, honestly, I think we have no idea what's going to happen. We can say all we want that Jaden, it's looking like it's going to be Jaden, all the scouts think it's going to be Jaden, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? We don't know until the pick is in. Adam Schefter was saying this, and Adam Schefter, he gets a lot of things right, but he has gotten things wrong in the past. And I remember, and I keep saying this, but 2021, the whole time leading up to the draft, he was saying Mac Jones to the 49ers, Mac Jones at 3, Mac Jones at 3, Mac Jones at 3. And guess what? Trey Lance got taken there. And I don't know. You can't always trust these guys. And then also, they're saying that the Commanders are being very close and tight-knit. So I don't know if I really believe any of these rumors. Could it very well be Jaden Daniels? I was about to say Jaden McCarthy. Could it, very well be Jaden Daniels? Yes, it could be. But that doesn't mean that these guys knew the whole time. It could mean that they just, that's what they thought, or, they used some, made some assumptions based off what Adam's done in the past or what they've heard from Adam in the past. Who knows? But still, we got a few days until this whole debate and all these rumors are over. And in a second, we'll talk about JJ McCarthy and my thoughts on him, if I want him here with the Washington Commanders. And also we'll talk about one player the Commanders released today. That was another Ron Rivera draft pick. So here, we'll just go ahead and play this for you guys. Actually, I don't think I have the audio going. So basically, Keim said, and I'll go ahead and put out a tweet about this, but Keim basically said that Drake is number 3 behind JJ in, he thinks, at least. Again, this is all his opinions. It's not them telling him anything. He might have some sources, but this is just everything that he's, gathered. And, these are his assumptions. He thinks that JJ McCarthy would be the 2nd-ranked guy. And you guys can see right here in the comment Brandon had. Shout out to Brandon, Drake May MVP on Twitter. Go ahead and follow him. He's the one who sent me the video. And yeah, very interesting right there. JJ McCarthy, haven't talked about him a lot, so I'll go ahead and give you guys some info on him. 6'3", 202, won the Natty this year for Michigan, 22 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3,000 passing yards. Still young. I think he has some room to grow. The biggest, I would say, question marks with him is how much did he really have to do at Michigan? He had a good team around him, and especially on defense, had a really good defense, so he really didn't have to throw the ball a ton. And the sample size of throws he has is just not that much. I want to see real quick So you see he had 332 passing attempts. Let's just go ahead and in comparison, let's look at Jaden Daniels in this year. So I guess 327. So really not that. I thought it would be a bigger difference right there. He attempted 332, but that's also because Jaden probably played in 2 fewer games. Let me see how many games Jaden played in. I mean, not completely sure. I guess I can count right here. Let me X out of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games for Jaden. And he did get hurt a couple, in 1 or 2 of those games. And I'm sure JJ was like, I don't know, 10 or 13 or 14, but not as much of a difference as I would think. But yeah, JJ, that's kind of the biggest thing with him, is that he wasn't asked to do a lot, to throw deep a lot. But he also, it's not like he had an amazing core around him. He had some good players for sure. But, Jaden Daniels did as well. Jaden Daniels had, 2 first-round receivers this year, probably a first-round receiver next year, and, solid offensive line. And yeah, Jaden Daniels or JJ McCarthy overall had the better team. But in terms of offensive core, you would probably say that Jaden Daniels had a better core. So do I want JJ McCarthy? No. Will I be super upset? Probably not. But I think for me, I really want either Jaden or Drake. And I think, even though JJ's solid, and I think he can turn out to be a solid quarterback in this league, I think 2 is very early for him, and I would not take him at 2. That's just me. And people are like, oh, Keim's only saying this if they trade back. No, if they're not trading back, guys. If they're trading back, then they're just not going to take a QB, because unless you're maybe trading to 3, it just doesn't look good when you trade back and then take a quarterback, because it shows, at the most important position, you were willing to wait and have the chance of him getting off the board. Shows how you didn't really like him that much. And you were like, okay, that was, I could live with him, getting picked before us and us not take him. You want to be, completely sure. You want to be completely sure about, that you want that guy. And I just wouldn't feel good if we traded back and then got JJ McCarthy at 7, 8, whatever. And even if we traded back, like, the only way I'm like okay with it is if we know who the Patriots want, and we're kind of like in between 2 players, and we're like, you know what, we'll trade between, we're in between Drake and Jaden. We don't really care regardless, or Jaden and JJ, whoever. And we don't really care between those 2 who we take. Then maybe trade down 1 spot, maybe get like a 3rd and a 4th or something, get some future assets. That's like the only way I see possible. But even then, I wouldn't love that. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Just a quick rumor. Oh, and Shaka Toney got released by the Washington Commanders. He was a 2020 pick. He played in 2020, or maybe a 2021 pick. Played in 2021, played in 2022, and then suspended for 2023. I think that was the deal with him. Had some talent, but hey, 7th round pick, new regime, had some drama with the gambling. No reason to keep him on the roster. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you guys did stay till the end of the video, go ahead and comment. What should we say? Go ahead and comment. What's an OG player that we can, Alfred Morris Appreciation Day. Go ahead and comment Alfred Morris. Yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.